Hey guys, this is Keith with KJ Aquatics, and as you've seen in the description, I got a small box of plants. It's not my usual day. I usually unbox on Mondays. I have them shipped on Sunday and pick up Monday mornings. But this week, I had some stuff to do Monday, so I didn't schedule any plants to arrive on Monday. But we got low on stock in the meantime, so I ordered and had it delivered today. Um, so that's why we're here doing it on a Thursday. So let me give a shout out real quick. I got 8 people here. Hooray! So I see Tim, Crypt Keepers here, Sandy, Jenna P, Mel, thanks for coming. um, Mr. Greg Jones. If you guys don't know, Greg is back on YouTube after a few years being something other than a YouTube star. So he's back. So check out his channel. Um, Dave Canastillo, hello. Do I look nice, Dave? I just got out of the powder room. So um, Crystal Oinkmaster, hello. Viola, how's it going? I don't recognize Viola. Is this your first time here, Viola? If so, welcome. If not, sorry I overlooked you before, but thanks for checking in. But, anyways, before I get started, um, if you don't know, KJ Aquatics is going to be at the Keystone Clash. We're there working. So, but as you see, we're also on YouTube. So, um, being being that we're on YouTube, I also told them that I would help promote the event. So check it out. KeystoneClash.com, I believe, is the website. If not, one of the mods could throw it up there. Um, but you will see us among many other vendors, and there's going to be many other members of the fish community there. So check out the Keystone Clash. Again, if one of the mods could throw up the website so you guys could check it out, see where you could register. Um, nice lipstick on that big Navy guy. Yeah, they did it. They did a nice job, didn't they? Is it? Yeah, it was. Crystal, it was a little bit. I got to sneeze. So hold on. It's not coming now. It went away. Shit. But here it comes. Yeah, that's better than Mike's cough, ain't it? So, anyways, yeah, it was hailing a little bit. So, or freezing rain. Yeah, that's more like it. Canasteel, freezing rain versus hail. I associate hail more with thunderstorm, freezing rain with cold weather. So, and thank you for the blessings. But, anyways, while I'm unboxing, if you guys have questions, I'll try to answer them. I'm not that smart, so we'll see if I can answer them. If you have any questions on plants, on products that we sell, if you don't know, KJE sells way more than plants. So any questions on product selection, I can try to help out there. Fish dreams, what's happening? So gonna get into the box. It's not a huge order. Again, it's just I did not have anything come in on Monday because I had something to do on Monday. So I had to get a big man knife. Might be easier than using this, right? Put this up here. And again, I have not seen these, so you're gonna see them as I see them. Nice big styro. I did get some stuff that I haven't that's been on the website, but I haven't had it in stock recently. The first one, this is just a bread and butter plant, meaning I have it usually all the time. These are pretty nice, healthy bunches of hornwort. Hornwort is an excellent plant for fry tanks. for ponds, tubs. It's also an excellent plant to combat algae because it's going to use, it's going to soak up a lot of the excess nitrates and stuff. It's a great plant for cycling tanks also because it will absorb, it will use the nitrates and the ammonia, actually, the nitrites. So, the trite. So, again, live plants are excellent for helping you cycle a tank, getting a tank healthy, because it's going to use up all the bad stuff that will harm the fish. Next up is Vallisneria nana. So this is a val. It looks like giant hairgrass, but it's not hairgrass. We have this on the site, and how we sell it, I buy it in individual plants. So that is one plantlet. So it has a few stems, and then the root base. How I sell it will be 3 individual plants. So it's sold on the website as a bunch. So one bunch equals 3 plantlets. Okay. So this is Vallisneria nana. It's not available all the time. So if you really like the look of this plant, get it while you can, because it's only available a few times a year from the nursery. Again, Vallisneria nana or Vallisneria narrowleaf. I already updated, excuse me, I updated the website. So the stock on the website should reflect what I have in inventory at the present moment. So, yeah. So, Ashley, if you see something you want to buy, go to our website. It's in the description. The link is in the description. One of the mods could throw up the link to the website. But our website, Ashley, is KJEAquatics or KJEAquatics.com. If you want to email me, it's kjeaquatics@gmail.com. That's what I was getting ready to say. But yeah, Sandy's on the ball. Yeah. Sandy is my super mod. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it very much. So, anyways, I'm just scrolling through the chat right here. All right, back to plants. Next up is contortion valve. Contortion Vallisneria is the bigger brother of corkscrew valve. This will get taller than corkscrew valve. And these are on the website too. They're sold individually. So one plant is what you get. All right, not a bunch. So these are sold individually. Contortion valves. They get a cool spiral type look to the leaf versus Vallisneria Italian valves, right? Which we have too. If you like Vallisneria, it's really cool to me, it's cool to mix different species so you get a contrast in the look of the scape. So you can do some contortion, some Italian, if your tank's big enough, some jungle valve. All right. Next up is a plant that I haven't had in stock for a couple weeks, so get them while you can. I don't have a lot. This is Bobitis broadleaf. I forget the scientific name for this, but it starts with an H. It's not. Is it Heterocola? I forget. The nursery only puts the common name. So this is I'm getting tongue-tied. Let me stop for a second. This is Bobitis broadleaf. Okay. This is also known as the African water fern. So if you see this in some of your pet shops, it might be known as African water fern. Here we have it listed as Bobitis broadleaf. So you grow it similar to Java fern or Boos or Anubias. So you don't plant the rhizome. The rhizome is basically going to be the root ball. So don't plant this in the substrate. You're going to attach this to wood, rock, or decoration. And you can do that in many ways by using gel type super glue. We have it on the website. You can also get that super glue at your local hardware store, but we have it for convenience, and our price is actually not that bad. You could also tie this using, um, I suggest like a cotton sewing thread, not fishing line. Don't use monofilament. That's a bad idea. It doesn't rot, and I've heard of war stories where people use a monofilament fishing line and fish get tangled up in it and bite it, meaning they die. All right, let me get these out of here because I did get a couple pieces of wood, not many. So if you don't know, we also sell driftwood. So I got a few pieces. I don't stock anything really big because it's hard to ship. But if you're interested in smaller pieces of driftwood, I have currently in stock. I have spiderwood. I have Pacific wood. This is Pacific. So this looks kind of like Mopani. It's really nice looking. So these are all Pacific. These three. Pretty cool. You can do some cool stuff with this right here. It's a nice, pretty cool piece. And then we have Congo wood. So this is a piece of Congo wood. This would be really good to put in tanks with a lot of your ancestors. So we do stock wood. I just don't put it on the website because each piece is different. So I don't really fool around with that. A lot of times I get wood to I get wood. That's funny. I get wood to bring to shows. So if you want to see my wood, come to a show. If that makes sense. There we go. Alashan. He's coming up with the bulbitis broadleaf. Alashan just mentioned the correct scientific name. Heterocleta. Heterocleta. Did I say that right, Tom? And what's up, John? Right. Again, I don't. Oh shoot! Here's another piece of wood. I got more wood for you. So yeah, another nice piece of Pacific. Pretty cool. It's really dense, so it's heavy. Similar to Mopani, but not as dense. Will this sink? I'm pretty sure this will sink. Honestly, I've never used Pacific wood in any of my tanks. I've used Mopani, spider wood, and then a couple other ones, but I've never used Pacific. But feeling the weight of it, it's pretty dense. I would bet you a good amount of money that this will sink pretty quick. If not, it's going to sink really fast. Much faster than spider wood will. So, all right. Let me get some more stuff out. What I have here is some more Sagittaria narrow leaf bunches. So this is already wrapped in a bunch with a weight. This is another bread and butter plant. I sell a lot of these. Sagittaria is super easy. It's a grass type plant. So these are sold in a bunch. So they're going to be wrapped in a weight here. So you have a few plants per bunch, usually 3 per bunch. This is a grass type plant. Super easy. It grows runners out, so you can propagate it just very similar to Vallisneria. So Sagittaria broadleaf, Sagittaria narrowleaf. All right. On the website, sold as a bunch. Next up is I got a bunch of these because I had a rash of orders and I actually ran out. But Tim was wanting some of these, the Crypt Keeper, and I was out. So this is a really cool cryptocarine. I say all crypts are my favorite, but this is a really cool crypt. So look this one up. This is Cryptocarine retrospiralis. The leaves are a little bit more narrow versus the Balancea. They don't grow as tall as the Balancea, but they have the same like textured ripple look on the leaf. Very cool. Cryptocrine retrospiralis. I got a bunch of them, man. I got over 20 of them here in this, so buy them all. Too many tanks. Very cool looking crypt. One that you don't see all the time. Sorry, not that it's rare, but I know a lot of local fish stores won't have it. Your local fish stores kind of stick to the real common stuff, which we stock too. But you go into a local fish store, you're going to find hornwort. You're going to find Amazon swords. You're going to find probably cryptwenti green. And then it's hit and miss on pretty much everything else. So, anyways, what's up, Roxanne? How's it going? Thank you for joining. Next up is crypt. This is another crypt, and this is a variant that you don't see in a local fish store a lot of times. This is Cryptocrine wenti brown. These are smaller, so I'm probably gonna pot some of these up, and I'm gonna have two options. So you'll get a nice potted plant, which is gonna be 3 plantlets. Usually when I pot plants, it's usually 3, depending on the plant size. And again, these are small, so this is gonna be this will be 3 at least. And then I will put it in. I will put it in a 2-inch net pot with some rock wool, which I'm looking right. I have an old piece. So you will get this right here. There. That's 3 plants. It's going to be potted. And these are Cryptocrine wenti brown. Right? Very cool leaf color variant of the wenti. The wenti is pretty common. You have the green, brown, red, pink flamingo, which is a little bit more rare, and then the brown. It's good looking plants. Next up is, Sandy just posted the link on the website for the Crypt wenti brown. I believe on the website they're bare rooted. So if you order them right now, I will have some bare rooted, but you're going to get more than 1 plant, and I'll throw it in the pot. So take advantage right now of the price before I get back upstairs and change it, because you'll get a better deal right now. What's up, Mark? So next up is Brazilian pennywort. Another bread and butter plant, super popular, easy plant, best smelling plant in the hobby. Brazilian pennywort, you can grow this floating, which I do, or you could plant it in the substrate. I suggest floating it. When you buy it, it's going to be in a bunch just like this, wrapped up in a rubber band, if you can see it right here. So just get this when you get it home, take the rubber band off the bunch, spread it out gently, and lay it across the top of the water. And as long as you have decent enough light above, you should be successful with this plant. It's not very hard floating it. All right. If you plant it in the substrate, it's all going to depend on the depth of your tank and the strength of your light. So it's a little bit more challenging. It's easier to grow floating, in my opinion. So, hey, Rita. Let me just, if you guys see T Jack Con in the chat right here, that's my buddy Tommy. So, yeah, pickle lips. This is for you, Tommy. So, not to the rest of you. That's Tommy specific. So, all right. Next up is Lewigia Red. So this is Lewigia repens. All right. I just bought just several bunches here. They're weighted for ease of retail. So when you order these, you're going to get a bunch. So this is a bunch. All right, probably 4 to 5 stems wrapped up in a weight. When you get these home, gently take the weight off of this and then plant each stem individually, um, about an inch to half inch apart. It could be a little bit closer. Um, it's a good idea when you're planting stem plants to get a pair. I'll show you. And we have them, but if you don't have a long-handled pair of tweezers, it's a good idea when you're planting stem plants and very small plants to use tweezers, because it's hard to plant some of these with your if you got big fat fingers. Um, a nice pair of long-handled tweezers work really good. So put this in your toolbox, keep it in your fish room. They come in handy. We have them on the website. If interested, you don't have to get them from me, but I appreciate it if you do. All right. All right. So the Wigia Repens, easy stem plant. I'll get back to that real quick. It's a fairly easy stem plant. Will grow low tech. Still needs moderate light. If it doesn't have a lot of highlight, it's going to stay on the greener side. If you have highlight and you inject CO2, this will get a nice red color. It really will, with highlight and CO2. So, all right. So, let's see. What's up, Clay? New local Austin, how's it going? New local, he knows. He knows about your pickle lips too. New local Austin. So, all right. All right. Next up, water onions. Actually sold out this week, so I had to get more. So these are dwarf water onions, and they get their name because of what the root ball looks like. The bulb here, it looks like an onion, and then the top of the plant actually looks to me like more like a scallion or a chive. These will also flower. They'll produce a nice flower, immersed, nice big white flower. If you go to the website, look up dwarf water onions. There's a picture of the plants that we have, and then there's a picture of a flower under this. That's actually one that flowered for me personally. So dwarf water onions, I love this plant. Not a lot of people sell them in the hobby. When you buy dwarf water onions, I suggest you don't buy just one. It's not going to look right with just one. So get 3, at least 3. Plant them up an inch or 2 apart. More the better. So, all right. Next up, Cryptocrine lutea. So this is one that we usually keep in our arsenal. I was getting low on stock, so I re-upped. Cryptocrine lutea, easy plant. Stays a little bit lighter on the green side, not real dark. I like it more of a kind of a lime color. And next up is Water Sprite Indian Fern. So this plant you got to handle a little bit more gently. Just it's a little bit more delicate, but once you get it in the tank, it's fine. If you don't know, if you're tuning in for the first time, or you have like zero experience with plants, which is okay, Water Sprite can be planted in the substrate. These are grown in the substrate because they're rooted right here. Or you could just toss this in your tank and it'll grow floating. Pretty versatile, easy plant, medium light. If you're just floating it, it's going to be at the surface, so the light doesn't have to be as intense because it's closer to the light. Provides good plant cover. It's relatively fast growing, so it will help cycle your tank. It will help maintain the water quality of your tank because it's typically fast growing. So it's going to uptake. It's going to use more of the waste that the fish produce, and then that, you know, uneaten food's going to produce. Um, the faster the growing plant, the better it is for maintaining water quality. Believe it or not, duckweed, and we all hate duckweed, um, but duckweed is actually good for your tank by maintaining water quality. It's really, really good, actually, for that purpose. It's just a nuisance, so people don't like it because of that. Lady Rorschach, what's happening? Yes, water sprite is. It's one of my favorite plants too. I like easy plants, and if you don't know the theme of KJE Aquatics and their plants, you don't see me selling high tech plants, because I ain't got time for that. Um, I leave that up to other people. So if you look on our website at kjeaquatics.com, and you look throughout our aquarium plant list on what we usually have in stock, they're all relatively, I say, easy. They're on the easier side of plant keeping, because if the if maintaining your tank is easier, I feel it's more fun. Um, just my outlook. So I'm not into high tech tanks. I'm not into injected CO2. Not that it's bad at all. A lot of those tanks are beautiful, but it's just something that I don't do. I don't have a lot of time for that, and it's not my personal preference really. So you'll see a lot of the plants on our website are on the easier half of plant keeping. So it's just a theme of KJE: keep it simple, keep it easy. So um, get some more stuff out here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Next up is Crypt. There's more Crypt Wenti Brown. So I think I screwed up and I double ordered. So some more Crypt Wenti Brown. So I actually got a double order of them, but probably my fault, which is no big deal. Greg is a plant serial killer. The only thing that can't kill is Java Moss. Java Moss is great, Greg. If you try to grow water sprite's going to help you out. Hornwort you usually do good for you. Vallisneria, Greg. I know all your tanks are pretty much bare bottom in the fish room, Greg. But if you take some Vallisneria and then just pot it up with rock wool, you don't even need substrate with valves. Pot it up with a 2-inch net pot with some rock wool. Put a few valves in there, and it's going to help the tanks out a lot. And they're pretty easy. So I seen your tanks, beautiful setup. The lighting that you have, I'm pretty sure will be sufficient for like Vallisneria spiralis, which is Italian valve. Try it. Because all I got to do is try it. Valves are inexpensive too, so if you kill them, you're not breaking the bank. So, all right. So I showed you guys the retro spiralis. And these are Cryptocrene Balancea. So like I told you, they look very similar. But the Balancea, these are smaller plants here. But the Balancea has a wider leaf versus the retro. So the leaf is wider, and it'll get wider than this too. These are younger plants, and these are going to grow, excuse me, much taller. So this plant here is going to grow, I bet you, at least 8 to 10 inches taller than what this is right now. And this plant right now is probably 6 to 8 inches, maybe 10 inches, but I'm going to say at least 6 inches right now. So this will get a good 10 inches longer than this right now. So this Cryptocrene Balancea. Just trying to be gentle with them. Put these back here. So Bacopa is pretty bulletproof if you're looking for a stem plant. That you mentioned that, Jenna. Bacopa Maneri, however you say it, is the one I just unbagged right here. And here's another one for you, Greg. Common name for this is moneywort. So Jenna is correct. This is another one that you could just pot up. If you got bare bottom tanks, throw this in a pot. It'll grow in rock wool, or you can put it in a pot with a little bit of organic potting soil and cap it with some pea gravel. But Bacopa Monera, um, also known as moneywort, so it's a pretty cool plant. Easy. You can also grow this. This plant will also grow no problem floating, so you don't even have to plant it in the substrate. You can grow this just floating. I grow a lot of this outdoors in the tubs. As soon as it warms up in the spring and summer, I will mostly, the stuff I'll have in inventory will mostly be grown outdoors. So it does really well outdoors, just floating. I'm just going to float it. So next up is, who was talking about Vallisneria. This is Italian Vallisneria. Also, the scientific name is Vallisneria spiralis, but it doesn't get a spiral to it. It will grow straight. So these are nice, decent sized plants. These are sold individually. So you'll see the price on the website. It's pretty good. You're going to get a nice individual plant. Usually get 4 to 5 leaves off of a root base here. So Vallisneria spiralis, or also known as Italian Val. Shoot. Let's see. Actually doing pretty good on time. Next up is Cryptocrine lucens. These are pretty big. And just to let you know, these are actually, these ones being as tall as they are, just a disclaimer, they're growed immersed. But these are super easy and will convert super easy. Crypt lucens, when they're grown submerged, they're going to grow probably about half this height. So Crypt lucens is an excellent plant, in my opinion, to use as a foreground plant in most tank sizes. So a 10-gallon and above. I wouldn't use them as a foreground in a 2.5 or a 5, but definitely in a 10 or above, I would use this as a foreground plant. Or if you want to do some stuff mid-ground, but it'll grow much shorter than this once it's submerged, and it converts super easy. Crypt lucens is a very, very easy cryptocrine. I love the look. The leaf is more narrow, so it kind of stays smaller, not as small as parva. A lot of people use crypt parva as a foreground plant, but I like lucens better. It's less expensive than parva. The leaf's a little bit bigger, yeah, but again, it's less expensive and it's very easy. So I'm just reading some of the chat. So. Next up, my favorite jungle valve variant. All right, we get both, but when this variant is available, I only stock this one to avoid mixing them up. So this is Jungle Vallisneria species red. And if you heard me talk about this plant in the past, it doesn't necessarily get red, but it can get reddish under high light. All right, these will grow as easy, as fast as regular jungle valve. The leaves, in my opinion, just from comparing both of them, the leaves of the species red are a little bit wider. To me, it just looks better than regular jungle valve. And again, with a decent amount of light, they'll get like a more reddish color. So kind of more on the browner side. Um, but they'll grow under low tech, lower light conditions, just like other Balasinaria will also. But when I have the choice, when I order it from the nursery, and they have both, I always go with this. This variant is not always available, but I usually will order this and not order both, just to keep from mixing them up. But the price is about the same. Also, I just like the species red better. Um, my my view of it. All right, and then lastly, I got a variety of potted plants in here. So let's see what I got. I know I got, and I haven't had it for a couple weeks, but dwarf Sagittaria. So this is dwarf Sagittaria. I get it potted. This is a lot of people that get into the hobby and they want that Takashi Amano aquascape with that beautiful carpet. That's really hard to get when you're brand new to the hobby and you're trying to do everything cheap. Um, it's not very easy. So, like I told you just a few minutes ago, I try to keep stuff on the easier side. People ask me for carpeting plants. I usually point them towards dwarf Sagittaria. It doesn't grow as fast as dwarf hairgrass and stuff, but dwarf hairgrass is actually really, really hard to grow, in my opinion. You usually need higher light. Same way with Monte Carlo. You usually need higher light. Usually, then that would entail CO2 injection. All right. So to keep it on the simple side, when people ask me for a carpeting plant, I point them towards dwarf Sagittaria or microsword narrowleaf. That's how I push them. Something they could be more successful with. If you're successful with plants, it's going to make you happier. If you buy stuff, you spend your good hard-earned money on it, and it just dies. Um, doesn't look very good. Doesn't make you feel very good. Doesn't make me look good that I sold you something that just died in a month or two, or less. So I want you to be successful with your plants that you purchase from me, so you come back and spend more money with me. And again, we sell much more than plants. So we have fertilizers for the plants. We have the food for your fish. We have the sponge filters, corner filters, water conditioners, medications, everything else you need. So just check it out on the website. But enough about that. Dwarf Sagittaria. All right. That's Dwarf Sag. This is a Wentai version, but this is Tropica. This is Cryptocrine Wentai Tropica. All right. Look this up. It has a pretty cool looking leaf. The leaf looks different than your other Wentai versions. Um, the leaf on the Tropica has like a hammered look to it, so it looks like you tapped on the leaf with like the back of a ball peen hammer. Has a pretty cool texture to the leaf. They're a little bit um, more on the brownish bronze color versus a green. So this is Cryptocrine Wentai Tropica. We got those. I had some in last week. They sold pretty good. So I got more. That's Tropica. Also, look on the website too. We have other plants. Let me show you one of my favorite ones. I did a YouTube short on one of these. I think it was yesterday. But this is my absolute favorite plant right here. This is Cryptocrine. I got crypts in my head. Hold on, I got to sneeze again. Crap. Sorry about that. But this is Crinum calamistratum. Look at that. These are badass. This is my absolute favorite plant in the hobby. 1,000,000%. I love this plant. Easy plant. It does grow slow, yes, but easy, needs not low light, so you're going to need medium light. But put this in a 40 breeder with your basic aquarium light. You can get the cheap lights from not going to say Higer because I don't like them, but you can get your cheap lights from Beamsworks or Night Crew or something like that. It'll grow that plant no problem. So dwarf Sagittaria. All right. So again, I told you dwarf Sag is one that I push people towards for a foreground plant. Here's another one. This is Microsword Narrow Leaf. I really like this plant too. When people want to go with the dwarf hairgrass look, I push them towards this because this is a much easier plant. When you do plant this, each one of these little stems is an individual plant. So when you take it out of here, you really do benefit if you have a good pair of tweezers, which again, I showed them to you a little while ago. We do sell. But planting this with tweezers makes it so much easier than trying to use your fat fingers. So that's Microsword Narrow Leaf. Here's another crypt. It's not super common in the hobby. Not that it's rare, but this is Crypt Undulata. Nice looking crypt. Crypts, in my opinion, are some of the easiest plants. As a group, there's so many different varieties of species under the Cryptocrine genus that you could do just a plant of crypts and have an awesome looking scape because you have different colors, different size plants under that genus, and they're all easy, really. Crypts do well under the low to medium light, so I really like crypts. So next up is pearlweed. So these are potted bunches of pearlweed. These are nice, like little clumps. Smells good, nice and healthy. So pearlweed. The thing about pearlweed is this is another versatile plant. You can grow it floating. So take it out of this pot. You can just float it. You could plant it in the foreground, keep it trimmed as a nice foreground carpeting type plant, or you could just plant it and let it have at it and don't trim it at all, and it's going to grow kind of taller and bushier. But easy plant, yeah. So let me see. Dwarf Sag, Undulata. I don't know what else I got in here, so. Oh, I got some potted Anubias. So here's some small pots of Anubias. This one just happens to be Barteri. So Anubias Barteri potted. I ordered, these are listed, sorry plant, I dropped you. These are listed on the website just as assorted. So I don't know all what they sent me. Here's another potted one. This is Fraseri, however you say it. But again, they're on the website as Anubias assorted potted. So that's how they're listed. If you place an order and you message me like right after or right before you place the order and you specify you're looking for a certain species of Anubias, I will, prior to filling that order, I will do my best to look to see what I have and try to accommodate that. But I can't guarantee anything. So here's another one. This is Anubias Nanji. I really like this one. It's pretty easy. All Anubias are easy, but the Nanji, in my opinion, is like really easy. It's always done well for me personally. So just trying to see if I had any other things in here. No. So I think I covered it all. All these other ones I already talked about. They're just multiple quantities. So anyways, I did pretty good on time. I didn't get a lot of stuff. So, hey, Fishy Mon, I see you. Hey, Jen Weaver. I'm just scrolling up right now. Scrolling up real quick to check the chat. If you guys have any questions, comments, or whatever, Yeah. Hold on, I just seen a comment. Oh, there's a lot of chats. So, hey, Jen, I'm just gonna shout out to people real quick. Jen, Lady Rorschach, New Local Austin, Canna Steele, Miss Sandy, Melissa Bixby, Greg Jones, um, Wankmaster, Jenna P. Again, I might have said hello to you already, but I was busy, so I'm just going through the list again. Did I say hi to you, lady? Lady Rorschach? If not, I said it again. Rita, thanks for joining. Jenna P. Alishan, yeah. Here's the comment that Keith needs Fishimon to read the chat. How about you join me, Alishan, and you read the chat for me? You could be my live stream partner. So I think Fishimon has his hands full enough with Jason. Sandy, Jenna P. Actually, a lot of people typing on that keyboard right here. A lot of chats. Oh, Clay says, "Hey, Clay." Clay says, "The food lines that I sell are premium," and that's a fact. So if you guys don't know the foods that we sell, it's only high-end stuff. So the Dr. Basler fish food line, AgCore fish food line. AgCore is made right over in Rhode Island, so it's locally made. I sell Ocean Nutrition flakes. I sell a couple products from ZoomEd, which have been in the hobby for a long time. The ZoomEd Spirulina 20 is probably, if you're into flake food, I feed mostly pellets, but as a flake food, the ZoomEd Spirulina 20 is really, really good. And talking about flake food, Dr. Basler has some really good flake foods also, and we stock those as well. But me personally, I feed a lot of pellets, so mostly pellets. Mr. Don, what's happening? I don't have any Madagascar lace, Don. And I actually called the nursery the other day and asked them about the Aponigettons when they're coming in, because nobody in the United States grows any Aponigettons commercially. Um, all the Aponigettons, which a Madagascar lace is an Aponigetton, Don, um, they're all imported from Africa. And the nursery, when I talked to them the other day, they had a whole bunch come in, and they were all bad. They none of them sprouted for them. They were all mushy. Um, I don't know how they deal with that as far as getting compensated for it, but they probably just take a hit. Just like when I buy bulbs, when I buy Tiger Lotus, and that reminds me, I have a bunch of Tiger Lotus that's sprouted in stock. I don't know if I updated the website to reflect the inventory, but I do have several that are growing pretty nice. Let me show you. Here's a nice Tiger Lotus. This would be sold. This one would be sold, even though it's not large. This one here would be sold as a large. You probably got about 6 inches of growth right here. Nice, healthy, many more small leaves coming. We sell all ours with its bulb. So if you don't know anything about Tiger Lotus, you could separate this plant that's currently growing off of the bulb, and it's gonna keep producing. I know not all, but some that sell the Tiger Lotus as a plant, not as just a bulb, take those plants off, and then to me it's not cool. So I sell the Tiger Lotus with the bulb that produced that plant. But anyways, so when I buy those, the Tiger Lotus and the Aponigettons, I buy them as a bulb. So I take the risk. If they never grow, the money that I spent on that bulb, you just lose it. Is what it is. So, but going back to Madagascar lace, no, all the stuff that came in, and I'm just assuming that the nursery that I get them from is probably the same source that feeds other nurseries. So that's probably why you haven't seen any in the hobby recently. So, anyways. Yeah, he wears an undershirt. All right. Love to try to crin him, but I will need another tank for it. It's just Lady Rorschach, the crinum, you can grow the crinum in a small tank because the leaves are very flexible. So even if you grow a crinum in a 10-gallon tank, they grow real slow. So you don't have to worry about it growing too fast like an Aponigeton ovation. So ovation is going to fill up a 10-gallon really fast. But the crinum grows really slow, so it gives you time. It actually gives you time to get a bigger tank. But the the way the leaves grow, they're real flexible, and they'll just fan out over the top, so it looks really cool. So maybe a 10 might be too small, but a 20-gallon definitely, even a 20 long, being that it's narrow. I mean short. It's just going to fan out, and it's going to look really really cool on the tank or in the tank. Sorry, I can't speak English very well. So, yep, Sandy right here listed a link for banana plants. I have plenty in stock. Um, Actually, got a whole bunch. Let me show you one. So I didn't get any in this order, but I have some from prior order, and then I got some from a local wholesaler. But these are really cool plant. Been in the hobby for longer than Alishan, so it's pretty old. So, anyways, banana plants. They're on the website. Let me see what else I got. Fishy Mod. Chevy, hello. Melissa, I'll look up your. Thanks for the order, and I will look up your message. Oh, there's a lot of. Hey, Pepline. Crap, there's a lot of chat. I'm gonna skip to the bottom and then go back up. So Chevy. All right, I'm done scrolling through this crap. But, anyways, I'm almost at an hour. So if you guys got anything new, have at it. I don't have any news except again, if you read the description on this live, I posted a link to the KeystoneClash.com website. And I also let you know that KGA Aquatics is going to be there as part of the fish community, and we're going to be there selling product. If there's anything that you guys want prior to any show that I go to, make sure you hit me up. What's funny is I go to a lot of events around the Northeast, and people come up, hey, do you have this? No, I didn't bring it. They be, oh, I thought you sell it. I sell a lot of stuff. I sell a lot of stuff that would fill up a lot of tables at a show. But if you know the cost of going to a show, and you know the restrictions on how much you could bring to a show because of a Subaru Forester doesn't fit that much stuff, I don't bring everything that we sell. So if you want something specific, hit me up. Let me know prior. You might get a discount too. So I do like pre-order discounts. I can do that. Not a huge discount. I got bills to pay too, but I could help you out, and I could definitely bring it. But again, people come up to my table and say, "Do you have this?" And I don't bring it, and they say, "Oh, I thought you sold it." And I said, again, I sell a lot of stuff, but I don't bring everything to a show. So Geek Boy, what's happening? Are you bringing those cool Pleco caves to the Clash? Geek Boy, I plan on bringing some. So I know there's a couple other vendors that sell pleco caves also. They're not saying that they're bad. Ours are better though. They look better, I think. It's just the handmade quality of what we sell. But yeah, I definitely will bring some. So and I'll show you if you guys don't know. Um, these are just two random ones that I got here, but these are handmade. They're made out of ceramic clay, but these are all handmade. If you look right there, they have the KJE logo on them. Each one is individually made, so each one is serial numbered um, with the KJE logo. I'm trying to find it right there. It's pretty cool. They look like a natural piece of wood. Um, we have these in different sizes. Most of the ones that we stock are sized for fish that are about the size of a bushy nose pleco. So 4 to 6 inch, maybe 8 inch fish at the most is usually what I size. We could have these made any shape, any size that you want to accommodate whatever species you want. We do other ones too that are open on both ends, smaller pieces um, for fish such as loaches, cories, and like bettas. We do some other. We do some other like cichlid type caves, but these would be also great for bettas. Look like natural rock, so pretty cool. And again, these are all handmade, serial numbered, have our logo stamped into them. So 100% handmade in the United States. So none of these are imported from anywhere other than a state other than New York. A friend of mine makes these for me. So I don't make these. I'm not that talented. I'm just a dumb guy that sells them. But a friend of mine, she makes these for me, and I sell them for her exclusively. So I was been approached to do stuff like this at wholesale quantities, and um, we didn't want to do it. Just she makes these as like a hobby, so she didn't want to turn into like a mass producer and turn it into a job. So we just decided that she said she's good enough with me selling them for her, and then she just makes them as I need them. So I'll call her up and tell her to send me an order and give her an idea of what I need. Maybe some bushy nose caves with a few cichlid caves, and she does an order and then she ships it to me. So yeah. Anyways, no idea. Mel, they're not rock. They're handmade out of ceramic clay. So these are actually made at a similar material than for what you guys use in like a box filter or in your canister filter. Those little ceramic rings they use for biomedia. This is similar material. So the double branch cave, yeah. Alishan has one. Hold on. Alishan, I have a couple in stock, similar in style to what you bought, but this is kind of looks like a back of a person. So here you go, Fishymon. But anyways, uh, so I call these a branch style cave. So that's what it looks like. Um, it's like a tree branch, you know. Each one is an individual cave too, so they don't come into each other. So each one is an individual cave. So it's actually two caves in one. So, anyways, that's the branch style. I do not. People ask me all the time why I don't have these on the website. I'm working on a system to get them on the website, but I'm not in no hurry to get them on there just because, again, just like wood, Each piece is uniquely different. Um, so putting them on the website is kind of a pain in the butt. If I upload it and sell it, like putting an item on the website takes about, when I add a new item on the website, it probably takes 10 to 15 minutes per item. And if that's something that never changes, you got 10 foot of air hose, and that 10 foot of air hose sells for $5.95. That never changes. 10, 15 minutes is no big deal. Putting it on the website, putting it in inventory. But every time I upload an individual cave, if I get a box of 50 of each, a box of 50 pieces, and each piece being unique, I got to take a picture of it, and I got to upload it. And when I sell it, then I got to delete it. So not that I don't want to work, I just don't want to work unnecessarily. So I sell these well enough, honestly, by just promoting them on social media, and then people message me. I'll show you the exact pictures of individual pieces. If you're interested, I will. I'll shoot you an invoice via PayPal for that. You can combine a cave purchase. You can buy one of these, buy something on the website. I would combine ship it at the shipping rate from the website. All right. So if you wanted a cave and you wanted some fish food, go to the website, buy the fish food, pay for the shipping for that, message me right away or prior. It's better prior, saying you're going to get something from the website, but message me or email me. We'll work out whatever cave that you want that I have in inventory. I'll send you a separate invoice for that and combine ship it with your website order, if that makes sense. So, all right. Would it be easy to do a what you see is what you get live stream? I've done that, Crypt Keeper. If you go on my channel, actually, like a week ago, I had some really small pieces, and I still have several in stock. But I do not so much a live stream. I did a video, and it had the item number, had the price written right in front of that individual piece. So if you watch the video, you can contact me through Instagram, through Facebook, or if you know my telephone number, I'm not giving it out, but you could text me if you know it, or email, and we could talk about whatever piece that you're interested in. I can give you more pictures of it. Especially Facebook is so much easier to communicate, in my opinion. Facebook Messenger, I could shoot you a picture right there. We could chat about that individual piece or pieces that you want, and do a deal. And then I will shoot you a excuse me, a PayPal invoice. But anyways, with that, I got to get these roots wet, and I know a couple people have placed. Yeah, Sandy, better not. If you're good friends with me and you have my cell phone number, feel free to text me. But just text me at decent hours. All right. But anyways, I got to get these roots wet, get these leaves wet before they dry out. I have some orders I have to fill. You guys that are hanging out with me, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys that spend money with me. If you don't know, we're full-time at this, so we're making a go, and all the support that you guys give us is greatly appreciated. I can't say that enough. It's really appreciated. So anyways, you guys help me keep this fat belly full. So anyways, gotta go. Peace. Love you guys. Bye.